and Ecowas and other world leaders, they have started saying that the continued detention of Simon Ekpa, it is causing more harms, and then there is no gain of still detaining him in detention. So in this video, you will hear everything directly from the AU chairman, and then you hear everything also directly from our Biafran activists who explain everything that is happening between the Finland government and between Simon Ekpa in recent time. That is something that is going on in Finland government between Simon Ekpa. So I would like you to listen and to watch the video to the end for you to understand everything that is going on between Finland and Simon Ekpa and the issue concerning Nigeria, what Nigeria is up to, and then what they are planning to do. He explained a lot concerning things going on. He explained so much. So as you're about to watch the video, try to like, subscribe, and share to go around the world for others to see what is going on between the Biafran and Nigerian government. Thank you.
Over to you, sir.
As bad as we can call it, is the worst. It has gone out of hand. Every day you wake up in the morning, 200 people kidnapped, 5 killed, 200 killed, Christians murdered, herdsmen with guns, everybody killing, coming from the north to kill. The worst part is that United Nations Security Council has an assistant secretary general, a lady by name Dr. Mohammed Amina, who comes from the same region, the same country. She has never even put up a word to the United Nations Security Council about the human rights abuses in Nigeria. The 5 permanent members and several European countries are doing business with Nigeria. They have never sanctioned Nigeria. I have not seen any document sanctioning Nigeria signed by so many of these countries. We've seen murder, defilement, rape, abduction, kidnap, banditry, killing Christians for the sake of a religion, herdsmen armed by the government, the army in Nigeria killing people. No European country has ever written a statement publicly to condemn the atrocities that are taking place in Nigeria. Our time has come now for us to stand up. How do we stand up? How do we walk? How do we protest? To stand up, to stand against the injustices of these European colonizers. They colonized, they took up resources. They have come back for more resources. Finland looks for resources. President picks a plane and walks around Africa from one African country to another looking for resources, looking for where he can milk without looking at the human rights abuses in Nigeria. What was happening in Nigeria, where he has gone to get lucrative contracts of gas and oil contracts, infrastructure, so on and so forth. These same countries with a democracy of 500 years or so allow Nigeria to go into Finland to try to bribe its way, to kidnap people, refoulement, which has been refused by international law.
African wanting to take President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the AU court. They've remanded Tinubu as regards going to court through the office of the AGF, Fagbemi, through the AGF office, Latif Fagbemi, and they've said, the president and Nigeria as a country should come and explain what the injustice they've perpetrated on the people of the southeast and also the middle belt. Also take as regards the Pan-African through the president Fortune Charumbira taking Nigeria to AU court?
There has been an alliance with a Biafran government in this for a very long time, and they are one of the recognized powerful forum or agency or institute, let me put it that way, that sees to the recognition, of fundamental human rights and the privilege for people or for indigenous people seeking self-determination. And they are also very important in this part of the world in Africa because of the role they have played, for a very long time. So Pan African Institute, I think, is one of the people that came out to alert the world on the injustice that was going on, not only within Nigeria or within Africa, but I think to an extent they singled out, the Biafran cause of the Biafran agenda, and they have been following it, consistently, especially the one we saw when Simon Ekpa had issues with the Finnish government. The Pan African Institute or Forum, where the 24 hours was always is still with Simon Ekpa, documenting, trying to find out the position of the Finnish government on the issue that has to do with Biafran Finnish citizen Simon Ekpa. So you can see this agency have continually issued a press statement attracting global attention to the issue of Biafra. So I don't know how he managed to single out Dr. Chu of Ambazonia too. These are the ones already on his table. So it's a recognized and institute, globally, known for what they are doing now concerning people who are being facing extermination, political witch hunt, extreme marginalization, attack, like the one we are experiencing in Nigeria now under Fulani people. So, and they are telling us that the Biafrans themselves do not have right to protect themselves. Is that what the Finnish government is trying to actually say? The way we are seeing the issue they are having with Simon Ekpa in that regard. So, Pan Africa Institute has played a very major role in bringing Biafra to the global world.
Okay, but with this now, do you not think that it's our time the Nigeria government and Tinubu's government retrace their step as regards insecurity here in Nigeria?
There might not be definitely any good result coming out from that angle because it is being suspected. That suspicion is already there. We don't know who that is actually powering the Fulanization agenda, the Islamic agenda, that's going on in Nigeria, the killings, and here, almost all the 36 states of the federation is under Fulani siege. So we don't know which government, but it became, extremely, a threat since the era of Buhari, Malami, and the rest of them that came into power. APC government become, and we can see that, since Buhari came into power, and then when we started hearing about Meiti Allah, all the stuff like that, groups that are associated with Fulanic, activities or pastoral activities as they call it, but actually they are carrying out a killing spree agenda, just conquest to make sure, that I don't know what they intend to achieve with that. So, and you can see the level of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment, to the issue of insecurity. Even while he visited Benue, they still struck, killed, invaded Nigerian military barracks, killed a lot of military personnel, their soldiers there, and you can see, so we don't know actually, which government is backing who, because these guys can come up with anything, they can pretend at any given time, they can set up anything at any time, So I think to an extent, if we are beginning to have a forceful movement like the Pan-African movement, to bring these people actually to the book. And if there's any way the international community can use such an agency, to actually, bring these people to book, because we don't know the reason why, there's no government in Nigeria. Where people are dying, there's no governance, So bring them to book, like the issue we are seeing now of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and of course Simon Ekpa. So I know Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be regretting at this point in time, because what he thought would have happened to Simon Ekpa is not what he's getting now. You know, we know the kind of statement that we are calling coming from his administration as at that time, to the extent, and he got in contact with the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, and all of them were making jubilating, that Christopher Musa, Simon Ekpa must fall, and this and that. At the end of the day, now he's facing the court, and I can be rest assured there's victory at the end of the day. So that is the game. That's what it is. But one thing we must understand is this. Now you can't take it away that these men might likely be heading to ICC at the end of the day.
So you don't feel that the AU have got what it takes, to make the difference as regards the injustice in Nigeria?
Yeah, if there's a proper evidence being tendered by institutions like the ones we are seeing now, Pan-African Institute and the rest of them, yes, they can be brought to book. Definitely, they can be brought to book. There's no two ways about it. They can face the consequences. But you can see the way things are now, the way they are doing their things, moving a lot of things, changing directions, and there, and the issue of corruption, and is the AU former president, he cannot be tried. Then, what of those who were engineering your administration to carry out atrocities? Very fully aware that even in the Nigerian constitution, people have right to defend themselves. So why are you saying that Simon Ekpa is this, Simon Ekpa is that? Somebody who is alerting his own people on the danger of flood agenda, in Nigeria, then you simply look for a way to say that it's causing insecurity. I think to an extent, the EU will intervene on this. The international community will intervene on this, and you can see now what they thought. It's not what they are getting in Finland. We see the landmark global victory, celebrated by almost all the major media houses all over the world concerning what the Kenyan government did, concerning Nnamdi Kanu, and the same things we are expecting to happen in Kenya, and definitely that is what it's going to be. So it's likely that if they get it right at the end of the day, my brother, we are not far from the truth. This government under APC can likely face ICC.
Simon Ekpa in the Finland court in Latin defeated the Nigerian government, defeated the Finland. We saw a video trending on social media in court how the Finnish parliament are exchanging blows over themselves as Simon Ekpa has met bail condition, yet the government, Alexander Stubb, has refused to let him go. There is a serious inter-argument online that the Finnish parliament are fighting over just one person. Who is that man? Which is Simon Ekpa. Pastor, what has come over the Finnish president? What is happening?
What has come over
the Finnish judiciary?
Yeah, what has come over the Finnish government is the influence of oil and the contract, the relationship that they lost through my Simon Ekpa have restored with Nigeria. That is what has come over the Finnish government. But in their judiciary, the Chukwuokike Abiama, the god of the Biafra, has put in confusion. Do you understand that word? That song?
No.
He is putting confusion in the camp of the enemies.
Confusion.
Yeah, confusion. Because you cannot see the truth and try to bend it. Mazi Simon Ekpa did not commit any offense. He did not commit a crime. But he was voting against his fundamental rights, because he tried to add to the world, to the people of the world who are taking the case of the killings of the Christians, the Biafrans to be precise, in Nigeria. They are not taking it serious, and he himself is looking for a way to draw attention of the people of the world for them to take the matter serious, for them to come for the help of the Biafrans. That is what the Simon Ekpa did, which is not wrong. But Nigeria see it as a listen, and they decide to grab a Finnish government. But the God so far, the Bible said in the book of Psalm 24, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. The God, the Chukwuokike Abiama, who owned the earth, who control the affairs of men on earth. And so far, Alexander Stubb is matching the earth. So far, those judiciary are matching the earth. They will continue be in the chaos, because somebody say, listen to me and listen good. The Bible said in the book of Genesis chapter 41 that in 39 somebody was in the prison called Joseph. In 41 Joseph needed freedom, and he has to confusion in the camp, in the house of Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a dream that nobody, no sorcerer could interpret it except the prisoner. So they need to free the prisoner for the king to have his own freedom from the dream which he had that was giving him problem.
But pastor, how Samuel has become so influential in Finland that there's an heated argument in the Finnish.
Yeah, like you have to hit an argument because the God of Biafra, Chukwu Okike Abiama Nesia, God is with him. Just the same way God was with Joseph. Don't you know? That is the same way God was with Joseph. So there need to be confusion. Something need to take place in the cabinet for the freedom of one man.
But sir, what has changed now that Alex understand his ideology has changed? This is a man we know that who have been giving support to Samuel. For those of you still saying that one Nigeria can work, this is for you. For those of you still having faith and still believing in one Nigeria, at this point you need to have your head checked. You need to go to a psychiatric hospital to have your head checked. Yesterday, we saw our VDM was in Edo State to fight for the injustice, to fight for people who were oppressed because of these Fulani militias and these Fulani shenanigans. Enough of all this. We saw how Dangote truck where they were bringing in Fulanis into another man's territory, into another person's ancestral land. And you think the Fulanis don't have a mission in Nigeria, and you think that the Fulanis SSCs should not be checked. A Fulani man drove all the way from Kano down to Edo State without no driver's license because it is Dangote's motor. A Fulani man brought in about 70 Fulani people. What are they doing in that vehicle? What are they doing in that vehicle? That is the question begging for answer. As for me, I don't believe in one Nigeria. I don't, and I will never believe in one Nigeria. No matter how we continue to pretend, no matter how we continue to deceive ourselves, no matter how we continue to shy away from the truth has to be told. And what is truth is that it is high time we need to paganize this country. We have to divide this country for us to have peace. If we don't divide this country, this issue of Fulani militias, this issue of Boko Haram, this issue of banditry, my brother, it will continue to happen. Thank God for VDM yesterday. They had to stop a truck that belongs to Dangote. And he asked about 70 Fulanis who accompany that truck to come down. What are they coming to do? Why would Fulani militia escort Dangote truck to a southern part of the country? What are they coming to work? And are we saying that from Kano State down to Edo State, are we saying there are no checkpoints? There are no police checkpoints. There are no immigration checkpoints. There are no custom checkpoints. There are no police and army checkpoints to stop those people from coming into another man's land. Are you saying there is no federal safety to checkmate if the driver has a license. They are using these people in disguise to come and orchestrate evil in the southern part of the country. In disguise. When we say these people has a mission, these people has a plan. And what is the plan? It is the fullization agenda to fullize the entire country. That conquest mindset. That conquest mindset that their forefather Usman Danfodio had, they are bringing it on board this time. They are bringing it on board this time. That is why we see that see, a Fulani man believes he is superior and is above the law of the country. And the southern governors are not doing enough to put an end to it. The southern governors, they are not doing enough to checkmate the excess, the inflow of this Fulani into the southern region of the country. Now, it is now a one-man show that VDM has to take it upon himself to stop Fulani migrating from Kano State, disguising using Dangote truck. Because when these guys are not staff of Dangote, they are not Dangote staffs. So why would they in disguise use Dangote truck to come into another people's land just to foment trouble in disguise? Please, I want you to share this video so that this video would go viral, so that it will call the attention of Dangote. I don't know if Dangote, Aligo Dangote, is aware of all this. We must call a spade a spade. And when they come in, their Dangote trucks, these Fulani militaries will not go back. They want to settle down in that community, in that region, to terrorize the indigenous people of that state, of that community. The Fulani's agenda is becoming unstoppable. And before it becomes unstoppable, we will use social media to stop that agenda. Thank God for BDM, who stopped those Fulanis from coming to not stopping. Thank God for BDM.